Part 13. Yang Mi, My Daughter Catches Ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 121. Damn it! How come Suze Hongai, the traitor from northern Myanmar, is also dead? It seemed as if an imperceptible light had passed through his body just now. Wait, there is another figure approaching from the horizon. Still a figure wearing blue clothes. Damn it, why does this outfit look familiar? No way. This is not true, is it? Mom, I'm going to explode. Selenum nigrum. My goddess Nightshade? No. Goddess Lushishi is here too. Dressed as a nightshade and holding a bow. That cold light just now was the arrow shot by Nightshade? Damn it. Is our goddess Lushishi so awesome? One arrow killed the traitor Suze Hongai. Not only did it disappear in seconds, but it turned into powder and disappeared into ashes. As expected of Nightshade. Am I the only one who is concerned about our sister Selenum Nigrum and our goddess Lushishi? Have they been tricked by some big pig? I guessed it when I saw this dark blue color. I feel very depressed, but what can I do? Wait, among the four beauties of the immortal sword, Lu Yifei, Yang Mi, Lushishi, the three succulent little cabbages were all defeated by that damned pig's hooves in Zhou Yi. Shameless. So shameless. I have never seen such a shameless person. Is it possible that Tang Yan's 480 was actually not immune to it? Do you remember that when goddess Tang Yan made her latest appearance, she was just as radiant as these other goddesses, and her skin and appearance were better than before? It was obviously the result of being watered by some pig's hooves and essence. No. I can't accept it. The four beauties of the immortal sword are all goddesses that I would never dare to blaspheme in my dreams. It's okay to collect all this stuff. Yes, Tang Tang is my final bottom line, otherwise I would really want to find this big pig's hooves. Just as everyone in the live broadcast room was talking about, a figure suddenly appeared in the sky again. It was another goddess in the four beauties of immortal sword, Lushishi, who plays Nightshade. She was wearing a blue fairy dress with wide sleeves and a stand-up collar, and her hair was tied up. She has two exquisite buns, and holds a light blue longbow in her hand. It is actually Nightshade Benkui holding a jade waist bow, the real one. In this parallel world, Lushishi starred in Sword of Immortality not long after, when the limelight was at its peak, she entered a state of semi-retirement. She almost never participated in any variety shows, and even participated in fewer film and television dramas. Who would have thought that when she appeared again, she would be this picture? The good news is, our goddess Nightshade seems to be back. She is sweeter and more beautiful than the ones in movies and TV series. The bad news is, our goddess Lushishi is also the woman with the big pig's hooves in the Book of Changes 1. The Chinese practitioners at the scene were very happy for the appearance of Lu Yifei and Lushishi. They didn't care how many women that guy named Zhou Yi had. In the practice world, the original traditional customs were still maintained. And there are no restrictions on this. They only know that, the two women of Zhou Yi seem to be very powerful. One came with a crane and killed it with one sword, and the spirit essence merged with the Yamata no Orokai emperor. From an unknown distance, he drew his bow and struck out, instantly killing Suze Hongai, the traitor from northern Myanmar. However, after a short period of happiness, everyone saw Platini Kumar from Asan Kingdom, and the huge Buddha shadow behind them. I couldn't help but worry again. It seems that Lu Yifei and Lushishi are only in the innate realm. But Platini Kumar is still in the innate realm. What a situation! Even if Bai Lu and Zhao Liang join forces, whether they can fight against Platini Kumar, is still unknown. Liang, your outfit is so beautiful. I love Baguio the most. Bailu, are these the colorful clothes that Stinky Man prepared for you? Sister Yifei, that sword strike just now was really shocking. Sister Shishi, I saw Nightshade and Banquet. Woohoo, so beautiful. The four little fairies greeted each other in mid-air, and then stood quietly. The beautiful picture made the audience in the live broadcast room marvel at it, but they also went crazy with envy, jealousy, and hate. It was so beautiful that it was beyond compare. The most stunning beauties in the country. If I could have one of them, I would laugh out loud in my dreams. That big pig's hooves named Joey actually had four of them at the same time. He wouldn't let anyone live anymore. No, no, just four. Below are the sisters Damamai and Deliriba. 6. A total of 6 stunning goddesses. Are you planning to serve them in turn from Monday to Saturday? And then rest on Sunday? No. That one, damn it, as a practitioner, you don't seem to need a rest. So if you don't rest on Sunday, doesn't it mean, the more you think about it, the more angry you become? I don't know how many men are in front of their mobile phones and computers, starting to beat their chests and feet. But it's not over yet. In addition to these 6 goddesses who are like gods descending from heaven, that stinky man also has 2 little goddesses. Just now, Zhou Xiu has arrived at Zhou Xi's side on a crane. He also brought the yin spirit of Emperor Raizhan. It was given to Zhou Xi as a gift. These 2 little sisters held hands and whispered to each other from time to time. They were so cute. With a wife and daughter like this, what more could a husband ask for? That big pig's hooves really stepped on the horse. A winner in life should be the envy of others. Amitabha. Several female donors. You are too murderous. Emperor Ling Yuan and donor Su's Hongai were already injured. Why do we need to kill them all? Platini Kumar, who was in mid-air, softly recited the Buddha's name and said. Although he still looked like a monk who was as motionless as a bell, he could tell from his words. This so-called enlightened monk is a little angry now. The 4 forces joined forces to besiege China. Now the leaders of the 3 forces have been killed. Especially Emperor Ling Yuan and Su's Hongai, after he was exposed after gaining the strength to break the delusion realm, he was killed again. It made him feel very shameless. Haha, wild monk. Stop talking such high-sounding nonsense. Are we too murderous? So many of you practitioners have united to invade our Chinese territory. He even threatened to destroy the world of Chinese cultivation from now on, and there will no longer be an innate realm. Now it turns out that we are too murderous. If we don't take action, will we still have to wait for death? Bai Lu replied angrily. That is one mouthful of Amitabha Buddha. If Buddha heard this, he would probably be angry with you. 1 Buddha was born and 2 Buddhas ascended to heaven, directly becoming 1 Buddha and jumping over the wall. He talks a lot about benevolence, justice, and morality, but he has no idea about propriety, justice, and integrity. Do you know why Buddhism disappeared in your country but flourished in China? It's because when the Buddha comes to you, he's so disgusted that you can't even eat fast food. Buddha could cut meat and feed it to eagles without frowning. Can you do that? If you really want to become a Buddha, then just sit down and ascend to heaven. Or if you just sit there and don't move, it's okay for our sisters to help you transcend. Zhao Liang and Zhao Xiaodao, classmates on the side, also played steadily without politeness. You. Platini Kumar is extremely angry by nature. After being scolded by Egret and Zhao Liang in unison, I almost jumped up out of breath. The appearance of the enlightened eminent monk who was as still as a clock just now is completely gone. The eagle is still summoned by snakes and scorpions, but I, the Buddha, do good and punish evil. Amitabha. The 4 female donors, since they are so obsessed with it. Don't blame me, for going on a killing spree. Just look at my move, thousands of miles of Buddha country. Platini Kumar roared angrily while sitting cross-legged with his hands clasped together. He began to babble again and read scriptures. In an instant, his whole body was filled with energy, and the golden light around him was shining. Behind him the thousands-meter-long golden Buddha figure also made exactly the same movements as him and recited the same sutra. Not good. This wild monk is going to fight for his life. Stop him, this 10,000 miles Buddha kingdom sounds a bit strong. Both Bai Lu and Zhao Liang were shocked. This little curry must be too angry. We just said a few words to him and couldn't bear it anymore. But they were both prepared. Bai Lu picked up the Zhao Liang, took out the jade scimitar in her hand. Zhao Liang took out the acacia bell on her waist. As for Lu Yifei and Lu Shishi, they didn't talk much. One raised the black ice jade sword in his hand. The other opened the jade waist in his hand. Bow! In an instant, the spiritual energy of heaven and earth surged in. The jasper scimitar reappeared in waves. Huge waves condensed and formed in the sky. It was as if the boundless sea had been moved, facing Napula. Tiny Kumar slapped away. This time, the Albizia bell was pushed to the extreme by Zhao Liang. I don't know how much spiritual energy was absorbed in the form of a tornado. Then it turned into a substantial sound wave ring. It keeps amplifying and solidifying, and hits Platini Kumar. The Xianbing jade sword in Lu Yifei's hand is relatively plain and simple. There is no fancy appearance. There is only a sword light that is 4 to 5 kilometers long, soaring into the sky. This sword light is very thin, like a fishing line. And it is transparent. If you don't look carefully, you can't find it at all. Of course. Everyone knows very well that the sword light is also, it's just that it looks simple and unpretentious. Emperor Raizhan, who was fused with Yamata no Orokai, was easily killed by the sword light, and its power is evident. As for the last Nightshade Master Lu, at this time, a pair of bare hands pulled the jade waist bow. The ultimate. Under the infusion of true energy. On the jade waist bow, a brilliant arrow spontaneously condensed. The arrow body is blue and starry. The arrow feather is a bright half moon. The tip of the arrow is the extremely hot little sun. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 122. Jasper scimitar, acacia bell, ice jade sword, jade waist bow. In the hands of Bai Lu, Zhao Liang, Lu Yifei, and Lu Shishi, the strongest blows bloomed. In an instant, this world is as bright as it wants to be, and as gorgeous as it wants to be. The sword light is as majestic as the sea. The sword energy condensed into a thread. The mysterious sonic ring. There was also an arrow carrying the light of the sun, moon, and stars. Almost at the same time, it came to the little curry of a Sun kingdom, Platini Kumar. From beginning to end, Platini Kumar sat cross-legged and kept reciting scriptures. Until all the attacks were about to hit him. Finally, he moved. In other words, he bloomed. Golden lotus flowers emerged one after another in his body. The scene was very strange and terrifying. It was as if his body was growing mushrooms layer by layer. Densely packed golden lotus flowers. Constantly taking root, sprouting, blooming, withering, the cycle is between this life and death. The same is true for the huge golden Buddha shadow behind it. It's just that the golden lotus in full bloom is stronger and bigger. It even filled the sky, blocking all the attacks from Bai Lu, Zhao Liang, and the others. Boom, 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 boom. The attacks of Lu Yifei and others are very strong. Golden lotuses continued to be defeated, turned into dots of golden brilliance, and dissipated into the air. But no matter how powerful this attack is, it doesn't matter. No matter how many golden lotuses are defeated, what will happen? As Platini Kumar continues to recite scriptures, the golden lotus is still dying in its lifetime, repeating the cycle over and over again. Those who were defeated quickly recovered as before. Even Lu Yifei's sword energy, which was the sharpest and cut the deepest, was completely offset when it was still a long way away from Platini Kumar's body. When Lu Shishi, Zhao Liang and others saw this scene, their expressions changed slightly. Lu Yifei's face turned slightly pale. Her sword is the most powerful. At the same time, her sword consumes the most. The true energy in the body was quickly squandered. It was similar to Zhou Xiao's earth-shattering sword in Sakurajima Kingdom. In a short period of time, she could only use this sword. It's just that the gap between the innate realm and the Pohuan realm above the innate realm is really huge. When Zhou Xiao was in Sakurajima Kingdom, she could use this sword to kill Xiantian in the realm of acquired heaven. But she couldn't use her innate state to kill Platini Kumar, who was in the delusion state here. Not good. Lu Yifei was the first to stop, took out the best spiritual stone, and started to adjust her breath. Zhao Liang and Lu Shishi also had to stop and began to recover their true energy. But the counterattack from the opposite side had just begun. No more the attack restriction of the four innate realms. The golden lotus on Platini Kumar's body emerged faster. The whole person seemed to be an alien creature that was constantly wriggling. It only made people's scalp numb when they saw it. The hair stood on end and goosebumps fell all over the floor. The same was true for the huge Buddha shadow behind him. The golden lotus flowers that covered the sky and sun were growing and spreading crazily. Originally in Platini. Behind Mal, the practitioners of a Sun Kingdom quickly entered the area covered by the golden lotus. At first, they didn't feel much. Although their leader had become a Buddhist pagan and could no longer assuming the position of leader of the Kuri cult. But this is something we can talk about later. At least he is still a member of a Sun Kingdom, and he is also fighting for a Sun Kingdom. He will never hurt his own people. But slowly, things began to happen. There was a change. The few Sun Kingdom practitioners who were first enveloped by the golden lotus suddenly sat down cross-legged in mid-air. Then, they clasped their hands together. Amitabha! 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 One after another, the Buddha's name was recited from the mouths of those practitioners from a Sun Kingdom. New golden lotuses also began to grow in their bodies. Also because their joining seems to provide more true energy as nourishment. The huge golden lotus on the golden Buddha shadow breeds brightness and destruction faster, and its spread becomes wider. The practitioners from a Sun Kingdom behind him were all stunned. The practitioners from the surrounding Sakurajima Kingdom, Bangsa Kingdom, and Huaxia Kingdom were also confused. How could this be sung? Could it be possible that these practitioners from a Sun Kingdom are also heretics? Follow Platini Kumar and convert to Buddhism early? Amitabha! Amitabha! Amitabha, my Buddha is compassionate. As more and more practitioners from a Sun Kingdom sit cross-legged, put their hands together, and chant the Buddha's name. It also ended up being a small curry with mushrooms. Everyone finally realized something was wrong. It is not these people who converted to Buddhism early. But the place covered by the golden lotus will become a forbidden place for Buddhism. Thousands of miles of Buddhaland? People suddenly thought of the name of this move just mentioned by Platini Kumar. I also want to understand the key to this move. This guy can actually turn other people into his little brothers. And the true energy of these younger brothers can be used by him. It should be a very exaggerated idea that everything within 10,000 miles is Buddha land. But there is no need to travel thousands of miles. The total number of people here is relatively small. If they were all covered by this golden lotus, wouldn't they all become Platini Kumar's little brother and become the nourishment of the golden lotus? Not good. Run quickly. Platini Kumar, are you crazy? Why do you attack your own people? Get out of here quickly, or else you'll all be eaten away by this weird golden lotus. Platini Kumar is crazy. He is indeed a pagan, and he actually uses us as nourishment. Wait, why is my Genkai running so slowly? Me too, I can't fly at all. Ah, look at the top of your head, that weird golden lotus is growing faster and faster. There are many monks around, especially the closest monks from a Sin kingdom. After discovering something was wrong with the weird golden lotus, he cursed and wanted to run away. Then found out the golden lotus seemed to have inexplicable power, making the energy in their bodies move extremely slowly. If you want to fly in the air, you fly very slowly. He couldn't even keep up with the speed at which the golden lotus spread. Eventually, there are more than a dozen little curry practitioners from a Sin kingdom, shrouded in the scope of the golden lotus. Amitabha. Amitabha. Every sound of the Buddha's name sounded. There was a practitioner who sat cross-legged and was swallowed by the golden lotus. Then they began to turn into little mushrooms one by one, giving birth to little golden lotuses one after another. Linked to that huge golden lotus, it provides true energy as nourishment, allowing it to spread at a speed that continues to accelerate, accelerate, and accelerate again. Damn it! Go crazy! Is this riding horse a Buddha or a demon? Why does it sound like cannibalism? It would be strange if the Buddhism practiced by little curry was serious. The so-called Buddhist classic he got may be some kind of taboo book. Regardless of whether he is a Buddha or a demon, this guy's fighting power is too strong. Yes. Bai Lu, Lu Yifei, and the others just attacked together, but they couldn't kill this little curry. Now that this little curry has absorbed so many practitioners, isn't it more powerful? It's over, it's really over. Fairies and goddesses, hurry up and run away with little 11 and Sister October. In fact, there is no need to panic, they shouldn't be in much danger. After all, everyone has the magic weapon left behind by the big pig's hooves. Yes. I've completely forgotten about this. Although they can't do anything about this little curry probably can't do anything to them either. Including Yang Mi and Diliriba, as well as Sister October and Xiao Shii, they should all have protective magic weapons. There's nothing wrong with that big pig's trotters. Wrong. Still not right, based on my analysis of big pig's trotters. Should he have some backup plans? I also feel that since he has deduced all this, it is impossible for him to let his daughter and women just protect themselves. Damn it! There won't be any other goddesses, so they have to come too. But time is running out, and even Lu Yifei and Lu Shishi are only in the innate realm. Even if a few more goddesses come, it may not help. Yes. Unless there is a group of people who can come to 100 or even hundreds of innate realms, maybe there is still a chance. 100? Rocket Girls 101? If I can really win, I will admit it if he accepts it. There are also Hard Candy Girls 303, the 9, and that Ju Jing II group, called SNH48, right? Give him everything. Damn it, am I crazy, or is the world crazy? I suddenly looked forward to seeing that big pig's hooves turn these girl groups into a heavenly group of practitioners, haha. I just don't know if he can bear it, so many people take turns to fight. Upstairs, you must be a devil when you step on a horse. Suddenly I had a picture, the big pig's trotters were surrounded by the girl group. I was really afraid that he would be sucked into having sex. In the live broadcast room, there were all kinds of voices, and it was a mess. Some people were panicking, some were watching the excitement and didn't mind it, and some were starting to think wildly. But most people tensed up their nerves and kept their screens. I held my breath. Because at this moment, the huge golden lotuses on the scene, the area covered was not too big. The world seemed to have turned into a golden color. It was really like a 1,000-mile Buddhist kingdom. It's just that, this 1,000-mile Buddhist kingdom is constantly cannibalizing people. All the prosperity and brilliance are made of the bodies and even souls of practitioners. My husband is right. The leader of a Sin kingdom has secretly practiced Buddhism and is extremely difficult to deal with. In mid-air, looking ahead, the golden lotus spreads faster and faster. Lu Yifei said coldly. Yes. I originally thought that if we sisters joined forces, it would be easy to solve a small curry in a Sun kingdom. I didn't expect that this little curry would be so difficult to deal with. It's because we think too highly of ourselves. Bai Lu shook her head and smiled bitterly, her tone was quite helpless. No solution anymore. That stinky man once again perfectly predicted everything, so we can only accept defeat and wait for him to come back, together, ahem, you know. As Zhao Liang was talking, she realized that she seemed to have said the wrong thing, so she quickly changed her words. But even so, Lu Yifei and others understood. In an instant, the four fairy daughters had blushing cheeks and a unique and shy beauty. It's just. At this moment, how can anyone have the intention to appreciate this? They don't quite understand. Why do these four people look like they are not too anxious? They are still talking and laughing, even you are still joking about driving. Are you really not worried? In addition, are you really not thinking about the life and death of us singles? That big pig's hooves is obviously not here and has not shown his face. But we never skipped a meal of dog food. And one meal after another, you changed the heroin to force it into our mouths. The most outrageous thing is. What do you mean by waiting for him to come back? Meaning. Don't be too outrageous. This dog food is poisonous. I don't know how many people, especially men, especially the die-hard male fans of these goddesses. At this moment, they really want to die. I wish this world would be destroyed. But it is obvious. Judging from the attitude of Bai Lu, Lu Yifei, and others, talking and laughing, even joking while driving. This world cannot be destroyed. Look. Those practitioners in a Sun kingdom have already Platini Kumar's Wanli Buddha kingdom was all eliminated. The practitioners of the Huaxia kingdom began to become the targets of those golden lotuses. Lu Yifei, Zhao Liang, and others finally made new moves. It's just that, this new action is hard for everyone to understand. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 123. Mid-air. The 10,000 miles of Buddha kingdom displayed by Platini Kumar is still spreading. Because there are nearly 200 Sun kingdom practitioners. They were all swallowed up by this 1,000 miles Buddha kingdom and became the source of his true energy for performing this move. So the golden lotuses that fill the sky are growing and spreading at an extremely fast rate. Huaxia country, Bangsa country, Sakura country, and those traders in northern Myanmar. At this moment, everyone was running around frantically. But because of the influence of the golden lotus, the true energy in their bodies circulated very slowly. The speed of flying in the air is also very slow. The traders in northern Myanmar were the first to be enveloped by the giant golden lotus. Then the whole person stopped directly, as if he was sluggish. Amitabha! Amitabha! As the Buddha's trumpet sounded. These traders have been hiding in northern Myanmar for who knows how many years. It can be regarded as putting down the butcher's knife and becoming a Buddha immediately. It's just that this way of becoming a Buddha is a bit horrible. Their bodies seem to have become flower fertilizer. Golden lotuses bloomed one after another. And after these people die? In Sakurajima country and Bangsa country, lone cultivators also began to suffer. After all, the Chinese practitioners are relatively far apart from each other as the enemy and ourselves. It is relatively safe at this time, but only a few. According to the speed of those golden lotuses spreading. And judging from the speed at which these people fly in the air. It won't take long before the whole army will be annihilated. What everyone doesn't understand is, the four goddesses Bai Lu, Zhao Liang, Lu Yifei, and Lu Shishi at this time. There was no intention of taking action or escaping. He even opened his mouth and started chatting. Sister Shishi, no, It's Master Lu. This nightshade costume of yours is so ugly. It seems that our husband-in-law prefers a few of us. In mid-air, Bai Lu suddenly turned his head and said to Master Lu. Everyone around him was a little confused and speechless. In this case, it's okay if you don't run or fight. Why are you still fighting among yourself? Especially Bai Lu, obviously the youngest, this is the rhythm of rebellion. How dare you speak so loudly against Master Lu? Although Master Lu is half retired from the industry, he debuted earlier after all, and he was also a smash hit at the time with the Four Beauties of Sword. Not to mention anything else, just in terms of age, she is several years older than you. Just now, she was talking about Sister Shishi, and now why is she suddenly turning her back and denying anyone else? Besides, this is Selenum nigrum Bankui. How is it ugly? Bai Lu is right. Look at my configuration, albizia bells, sad flowers. Basically, they are all based on the original version, perfectly crafted one-to-one, and even more powerful. And you, tisk tisk. Just a broken bow, not even arrows prepared for you, haha. Zhao Liang also spoke here. And he spoke with Zhao Xiaodao's vest, so it shouldn't be too cruel. Xiang Gong said. Although our surname is Lu. But I am more beautiful and more elegant than you. More like a little fairy. Even Lu Yifei on the side spoke unceremoniously to Master Lu. This makes everyone. It's all very confusing and messy. What are these little fairies doing? More beautiful? You all have your own temperament and characteristics, and your looks and figures are all perfect, so there's no need to compare them. Are you jealous because of that big pig's hooves? That's not necessary. We onlookers can all see it. This damn big pig's hooves loves someone when he sees one. A standard, fancy carrot. And there are still many flowers, the kind of flowery radish. Don't expect him to be very affectionate. Besides, he can treat everyone equally and leave you a treasure box of skills and a life-saving trump card for everyone. It's already pretty good. I don't know how many stinky men would fly away when disaster strikes. He abandons his wife in various ways, and even plots against his own wife and children, what everyone doesn't understand the most. Lu Shishi faced the other three's quarrels and sarcastic remarks. Not moved at all. He didn't even mean to refute, he just listened quietly. This made many people start to complain about Master Lu. They know that our poetry goddess is gentle and virtuous, and will not quarrel or curse. Are you bullying us on purpose? However, it was not over, after finding that Lu Shishi was unresponsive. Bai Lu took a look and gradually approached the golden lotus of the Chinese cultivator. He actually spoke again. Okay, I won't tease you anymore, Sister Shishi. We all know that you are a gentle, kind, and extremely virtuous little daughter-in-law. Deeply favored by your husband. But, what I never expected was that Sister Shishi turns out to be quite contrasting in private. One time, I went to play with you. I found that my husband was also there. You are actually calling Daddy. And he kept calling Daddy one after another. Haha. When Bai Lu just opened her mouth, everyone thought that she knew she was wrong just now and was about to start apologizing. Who would have thought, this girl would never stop talking without surprising anyone. Far from apologizing. He even launched a more ferocious attack. Even Mr. Liu's private interests and hobbies were revealed. Call me Daddy. That damn big pig's hoof is so good at playing with Master Lu. We really didn't expect it. I am also really envious and jealous. Ah. Don't talk nonsense. How can you talk nonsense? Master Lu finally lost his nerve. His face turned red and he wanted to defend himself. When a normal person sees the situation, he would definitely stop. After all, you have to have some sense of humor when joking. But, no. Zhao Liang heard what Bai Lu said. Then, after seeing Master Liu's reaction, her smart eyes turned. She seemed to have thought of some bad idea again. However, she seemed a little shy to speak. Amitabha. Amitabha. Several Buddha chants sounded. More than a dozen monks from Sakurajima Kingdom and 6 or 7 Bangsa Kingdom. It also entered the envelope of the Golden Lotus. One by one, they sat down cross-legged, and their bodies began to grow densely, with layers of small golden lotuses. And the next one closest to the Golden Lotus is the cultivator of Huaxia Kingdom. Suken from the beggar clan, Mr. Su. He originally only had one arm and one leg. The battle just now consumed a lot of energy. Even with the positional advantage at this time, he still ran last. 2 figures flashed past. It is the leader of Chinese practitioners, Mr. Kong Yun's Hung. And Zhang Jiwei from the Tianqi mansion in Longhu Mountain, the old Tianqi. The two of them have the highest cultivation level in China. It is also at this moment that the person who can move his true energy the fastest was running at the front before. Later, it was discovered that Mr. Sukansu was at the end, and was about to be enveloped by the huge golden lotus. The two people retreated at the same time without any discussion, but with a tacit understanding. One on each side, set up Mr. Sukansu and move on. Master Kong, Lao Kong. Let me go. I am a loser, not worth your risk. Death and death, old beggar, I have long wanted to blow myself up. If I am really caught up by some golden lotus later, I will try my best to blow myself up, old beggar. Even if I cannot cause any harm to that ghost thing, I will definitely not become its nourishment. Suken said with a look of sorrow and anger, trying to break away from Mr. Kong and Mr. Zhang, but it was to no avail. The two people grabbed him tightly and had no intention of letting go. Don't abandon, don't give up. Have you forgotten our original slogan? That is. After all, we are all people who have fought together. How can we leave our companions to die? Besides, I feel like we should still have a chance. That brat named Zhou Yi definitely has plans. Well, I have the same feeling. Although that brat didn't have a perfect plan, he was still well planned and won the battle thousands of miles away. Yes, the 4 female dolls were not in a hurry, which shows this. Zhang Ji is the old heavenly master and returns the favor to the old man Kong Yun's Hung. While leading Mr. Sukansu on the road with all his strength, he admonished and analyzed. I have to say, the saying that people become better with age still needs to be based on at least these 2 old men. The analysis was as fierce as a tiger, and it sounded very reasonable. Zhao Liang and Lu Yifei were indeed not in a hurry to move or run away. It seemed that the guy named Zhou Yi had an arrangement. It's just that everyone, it's really interesting to see understand, what on earth is this arrangement? Just chatting? And it's also a 3-on-1 chat? Lu Yifei, Bai Lu, and Zhao Ying. What are they all doing against Lu Shishi? At this moment, Zhao Liang's eyes turned towards she came here. She who was originally shy to say it, seemed to have made up her mind. She closed her beautiful eyes tightly. Then she opened her red lips and said something. It was shocking, weeping, and making people cry. Everyone was shocked, for money, they were so scorched on the outside and so tender on the inside that they were talking nonsense. It turns out that what Sister Shishi cares about most is this kind of secretive thing. Then let me tell you one more thing. Before. Ahem, when both of us were here before. Our husbands and wives are not doing it. I bought some collagen essence that can beautify and maintain youth forever. But you, because you were just with your husband-in-law. I don't believe my husband's words to my death. No matter what, I refuse to take it. My husband and I are here to help you get through this. Early the next morning, I was busy in the kitchen for a long time. I made you a breakfast with collagen essence added. You eat deliciously. Later, he also said that he wanted us to make breakfast like that for you a few more times. Well, we did it many times later. As soon as Zhao Liang said these words, the people in the live broadcast room were so excited. Crazy. They felt that Zhao Liang was absolutely crazy. Does she know what she is talking about? Is this something we can listen to for free? Or is it? Zhao Liang actually said it was fine, it was just a normal breakfast. But it sounded to us that something was really wrong. Especially the die-hard male fans of these goddesses. They were so depressed that they almost exploded on the spot. That kind of, soft, can't understand it, they really can't understand it. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 124. Damn it! Zhao Liang's revelation is too fierce. Is this something I can listen to without spending any money? Kitchen, breakfast. Added version? Is what she said and what I thought the same thing. If we think wrongly, we must think wrongly. Although Zhao Liang likes to do last hits, she is not so bold, it is impossible to say anything like a tiger or a wolf. I also feel like I'm thinking wrongly. But look how red her face turned when she said it herself. How could it be that I was thinking wrongly? No doubt. It's definitely what we imagined. They worked in the kitchen for a long time, just to prepare a delicious breakfast for Master Lu. I'm convinced. Who can tell me, what exactly Zhao Liang wants to do? Is she really crazy? I do not know. Not only Zhao Liang, I feel that Bai Lu and Lu Yifei are also crazy. The little curry from a Sin kingdom over there is really going to turn this place into a Buddha land. Mr. Zhang Jiwei and Mr. Kong are in the most danger with Mr. Sukin and Su. Why do they still have the thoughts to say such things as tigers and wolves? What I don't understand even more is, why the three of them targeted Lu Shishi. Although I am just a casual fan of Master Lu, I am still angry for Master Lu. Maybe it's because you are a casual fan. As a die-hard fan, I have a bold idea, but I don't know if it's right or not. Me too. It looks like, it's what we thought it would be. But it always feels a bit unrealistic. The number of people in the live broadcast room at this time has reached more than 170 million. The number of Chinese people alone, or the number of online login devices in China, has exceeded the terrifying number of 100 million. Whether it is for Huaxia is still an unimaginable and unbreakable peak record for live broadcasts, variety shows, and even any TV and movies around the world. It is precisely because there are too many people. It is noisy and noisy. There are people. Questioning 617 about why Bai Lu and Zhao Liang are so crazy. Some people are complaining about Master Lu. Others are nervous about Zhang Ji as the old master, and the comfort of Mr. Kong and others. After all, the huge golden lotus has become more and more lush. Getting closer. Amitabha. I know, you all have very powerful defensive weapons. I'm afraid this trick of Lao Na's 10,000 miles of Buddha country can't hurt you either. However, just because it can't be harmed, doesn't mean it can't be checked and balanced. Can you run away? To take a step back, even if you can run away, can people like them be able to run away? If you don't want to watch all the innate monks in your Chinese dragon kingdom die today, I would like to advise all the female donors to obey and follow my father to a Sin kingdom. I promise, it's just to meet Huyi's benefactor, and I won't hurt you. I will also let these monks from China go. Asangwo's little curry, Platini Kumar's voice came from the deepest part of those golden lotuses. But, whether it's Bai Lu, Zhao Liang, or Lu Yifei. At this moment, no one was too lazy to pay attention to this wild monk. Their eyes were all staring straight at Master Lu. At this time, Master Lu looked very strange. After listening to what Zhao Liang said just now, AIEI. No matter how good-tempered she was, She finally couldn't bear it anymore. You are so bad. And why? To say it in public, is such a shameful thing. Zhuyi. That bad man, when he comes back, I will bite him to death. No, don't get me wrong, I'm talking about real bites. Master Liu's face was flushed, as if he was about to bleed, and he reprimanded Zhou Yi in a sweet voice. However, in his excitement, he obviously lost his words. This is even worse. Master Liu's blush reached his neck and even his ears. Wait. It seems that it's not just her blush. Lu Yifei's whole body, the true energy in her body, seems to have been sprinkled with some kind of catalyst. It is surging crazily around her body. Red brilliance flows out of her body. That scene, how should I put it? It's a bit like transformation. Ultraman's transformation, plus the sense of déjà vu of Sailor Moon's transformation. All it needs is a passionate BGM. Buzz, buzz. The spiritual energy between heaven and earth surged crazily. Integrate into the body of Lu Shishi, who is transforming. Then, people saw. Lu Shishi seemed to be inflating, and his whole body skyrocketed crazily. And the clothes on her body slowly changed from dark blue to bright red like blood. Until this moment, a sudden realization dawned on many people. Many people have come to understand after being reminded by others. No wonder. Just now, Bai Lu, Zhao Liang and the others have been deliberately using words to irritate Master Lu. Are they trying to anger her? In the Fairy Sword, the character played by Lu Shishi is named Long Kui, a princess of the Zhang Kingdom. She has an extremely affectionate brother named Long Yang, who is the last prince of the Zhang Kingdom. But in the end, Zhang state was defeated and Long Yang died in battle. Nightshade also jumped into the sword-making furnace and committed suicide. By chance, she merged with the magic sword, and in order to protect herself, she split into another red nightshade. As long as Sedum, who looks exactly like his brother, is in danger, the extremely powerful red nightshade will appear instead of the blue nightshade, and then kill all enemies. As we all know, the nightshade in blue is gentle and virtuous, as tender as water. And the red nightshade is powerful and domineering. Just now there are some big fans of Master Lu, or people who have seen Immortal Sword. I had doubts. Are Bai Lu, Lu Yifei, and Zhao Liang deliberately irritating Solanum nigrum so as to attract the more powerful red Solanum nigrum? But everyone couldn't believe it. After all, it is just a character setting in the Xiangxia film and television series, and Master Lu is not the real Solanum nigrum. Until now the scene appeared. Everyone was shocked, dumbfounded, and a little ecstatic. How did that damn big pig hoof do it? The ability to transform Nightshade was actually replicated in Lu Shishi? And it looks even more exciting, more gorgeous, and more awesome than the transformations in movies and TV shows. After all, in the TV series Sword and Sword 3, the blue nightshade turned into a red nightshade, just changing the makeup and hairstyle. The most important thing is that the blue clothes turned into red clothes, there is not much difference. And now Master Lu, when he transformed, the spiritual energy of the world surged wildly, as if he were soaring during the day. Don't be too explosive. And her body size also skyrocketed crazily, from an ordinary height of 1.65 meters to a giant of several meters. Then it became more than 10 meters, dozens of meters. But this is not enough. As more and more spiritual energy from heaven and earth was poured into it, Master Lu in red, the height became hundreds of meters, eventually, it even reached hundreds of meters or even thousands of meters. Looking at each other from a distance, it turned out to be even more generous than the golden Buddha figure just now, except for the body. Everything about Lu Yifei, including her hair and clothes, is also changing accordingly. The originally exquisite figure and those perfect long legs, now look like two optimizing jade pillars condensed with white jade. For the first time, people saw what the long legs that are thousands of meters long look like. But, at this moment, no one dared to look directly at Master Lu. I don't even know how many people were kneeling on the ground in front of their mobile phones and computers. Miracle. This is definitely a miracle. Master Lu must be the legendary goddess. Of course, what grew up with her was the jade waist bow in her hand. And at this moment, the red-clothed Lu Shishi, who was several thousand meters tall, had a pair of arms as white as jade. The jade-waisted bow, which is also thousands of meters long, has been drawn. Stinky monk, wild monk, bastard monk. It's all your fault. You actually want this princess to be so embarrassed in public. What a bullshit 1,000 miles Buddha kingdom. I think this is Wanli slaughterhouse, which is more or less the same. Nausea. You all must die for this princess. The gentle and virtuous Master Lu. After putting on a red dress, it was obvious that his personality was somewhat affected. He yelled curses at where Platini Kumar from Asin Kingdom was. At the same time, on top of the 1,000-meter jade-waisted bow, streams of majestic spiritual energy from heaven and earth emerged, forming a divine arrow that resembled the Milky Way in the 9 heavens. The same thing as before, the sword body still looks like a star. There is also a half-moon hanging on the tail of the arrow. The tip of the arrow is also a burning little sun. The difference from just now is that, the sword body at this moment does not only look like the marks of stars. It's as if there are really twinkling stars gathering together one after another. It was as if the 9 heavens Milky Way had been plucked from the sky and turned into an arrow body. The half-moon on the arrow tail didn't just look like a crescent moon. It is many times bigger than the moon that people can see. And in the moon, you can vaguely see, a palace with carved beams and painted buildings and golden bricks and jade tiles. If you have good eyesight, you can see the name of the palace carefully. You will definitely recognize the 3 ancient characters on it, Huanggan Palace. And the sun above the arrow tip. It is also much, much bigger than the sun that people can see with their eyes. And in this sun, there is a towering tree that connects the sky and the earth. There are 9 golden crows staying on the tree. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 125. Call out. An arrow composed of stars, bright moon, and scorching sun. In the hands of Lu Shishi, it was launched, in an instant. Everyone just felt that this world seemed to be eclipsed. Everything you can see is the stream of light transformed by that arrow. Even Platini Kumar had already used the 10,000 miles of Buddha kingdom to make the huge golden lotus cover the sky and fill the sky with golden light. But in front of this sword, that dazzling golden light also seems to have become much paler and thinner. Boom! Boom! The galaxy arrow touched the first level dash, the golden lotus. There was no obstacle at all. All the golden lotuses were directly broken and destroyed. Then came the second level. The third floor, the fourth floor, go deeper. The longer the golden lotus grows, the more deeply rooted it becomes. It's like being rooted in the void. But it's of no use. Under this galactic arrow, even if it is rooted in the void, it will be directly torn into the void and completely strangled. Amitabha. No. Impossible. How so? Isn't this female doll in an innate state? How come after changing clothes of a different color, it became such a powerful state? Are you in the same innate realm as me, breaking the delusion realm? How is it possible? How could she reach the realm of breaking delusion? Wanli Buddha kingdom suppress it? The little curry of Asin kingdom, Platini Kumar. Obviously he has never watched the Chinese film and television drama, Sword and Sword 3. So he was very shocked and didn't understand Lu Shishi's transformation. But he didn't understand either. Sit back and wait for death. That guy named Joey is so perverted. No, no one knows whether that man is perverted or not. But his woman, his daughter, and the people around him are all very perverted. They can be called the same. The state is invincible. At least in the acquired state and the innate state. Killing those in the same state is as easy as eating and drinking water. Platini Kumar is very worried. This person has reached the breaking state after changing his clothes. The woman is also such a terror. Therefore, under his control, all the golden lotuses around him stopped expanding outwards. They all swarmed in front of him. He wanted to block the stars and the moon, merging with the sky. Galaxy's arrow. But, can he really block it? It's obviously impossible. No matter how many golden lotuses there are, they are simply vulnerable to that arrow. They are as devastating as the dead, and the layers are broken. No. My Buddha is compassionate. The female donor has mercy. I am willing to submit to China, and take a Sun kingdom with me. All practitioners, surrender to China. After discovering something was wrong. How can Platini Kumar look like an eminent monk? With a pop, he changed from sitting cross-legged to kneeling on both knees. Kowtowing like pounding garlic, begging for mercy urgently. Unfortunately, there is no turning back when the bow is drawn. Master Lu also had no intention of taking back the arrow. Boom. Boom. The last layer that protects Platini Kumar is also the densest and toughest layer of golden lotus. Suffered the baptism of the galaxy arrow. I have to say, this layer of golden lotus is quite strong. It actually caused the galaxy arrow to pause in mid-air. Only this time, Platini Kumar saw hope again. It turns out that this arrow is not that strong. You can block it yourself. But the next moment, the scorching sun, bright moon, and dazzling Milky Way on the galaxy arrow exploded at the same time. Buzz buzz. Great sound and sound. This time the explosion did not make much noise. It's just that the sky is constantly trembling. The stars are dotted, flickering, as if the Milky Way is really falling from the sky. The shadow of a Guanggan palace appeared across the sky, suppressing everything in the world. There is also the shadow of a towering giant tree, connecting the sky and the earth, standing above the world. 9 golden crows galloped out from this towering ancient tree. Wait until all the shadows dissipate. In this world, there are no longer golden lotuses all over the sky, nor are there any thousands of meters of golden Buddha shadow. Including Asangwo's little curry, Platini Kumar. At this moment, there is no trace of existence. From body to soul, completely eliminated. No. It's not just Platini Kumar. All the cultivators from a Sun kingdom can no longer be seen at this time. It's just that those people were killed by their leader, Platini Kumar, using the Wanli Buddha kingdom. But now, what everyone cares about, isn't this at all. But the sky, seems to be broken. After the arrow from Master Lu in red exploded, the whole sky seemed to have a big hole opened. Deep, dark, cold, without any substance, a bit like the legendary black hole. Damn it! Master Lu shot the sky. Upstairs, I feel like something is wrong with what you said. Mr. Lu has no tools, but the sky seems to be really broken. It's so cruel, this arrow. Can shock me for 100,000 years. In Fairy Sword, I enjoyed watching when the blue nightshade transformed into the red nightshade. I didn't expect that stinky man to reproduce this. I really admire him. Replica? Are you calling this a replica? This is simply transcendent. No matter how awesome the red nightshade is, it still can't hit the sky. And Master Lu in red, really made a big hole in the sky. Awesome. Awesome. I got it in exchange for the collagen essence from the big pig's trotters. Aw, shut up upstairs. I just forgot about this joke, but I remembered it again after you mentioned it. I'm even worse, I'm about to eat. What you said, Weevu, I have lost my appetite. Damn it, aren't you? Can this also affect appetite? To put it bluntly, I still want breakfast like that. If that big pig's trotters could be prepared for me, I would definitely eat them all and call him daddy. Yes. No joke, I can eat 2 kilograms, this is a good thing for beauty, and can even become a spiritual practitioner. If we can really become like Lushishi and the others, ahem, it doesn't seem impossible. Are you still picking it up? It's pretty beautiful to think about. This big pig's trotters is a pure and fancy carrot. There are thousands of beauties in the world, I really thought I could get your turn. The biggest hidden danger of Platini Kumar has been solved. The Chinese people, who had been suppressed for a long time, finally stood up with pride. The same is true for the vast number of practitioners present. I was still working hard just now, thinking I was going to die. Unexpectedly, as those girls were chatting, one of them suddenly transformed into a bigger and stronger person. With just one arrow, the little curry of the innate delusion realm was cured. I was so stunned. And the most relieved one. It was Mr. Sukansu from the beggar clan, Mr. Kong Yun's Hung who helped him escape, and Mr. Zhang Jiwei, the old celestial master from the celestial master's mansion in Longhu Mountain. The three of them had just fallen to the end. He was about to be enveloped by the golden lotus. Mr. Sukansu is really ready to self-destruct. Fortunately, at the critical moment, Lushishi took action. Let me just say, that brat named Zhou Yi. There will definitely be a backup plan. I just didn't expect that the backup he had left would need such a weird way to unlock it. It seems that this girl named Lushishi must be angered in order to make her transform. Mr. Kong Yun's Hung, wiped the cold sweat on his forehead and said in a dumbfounded way. Cut. I just say that you old guys should go online more often, watch TV and movies, play games, and check out TikTok. I don't even know about the transformation of Nightshade from Sword of Sword 3. How popular this TV series was in the past 2 years. Especially the four beauties of Immortal Sword, Yang Mi, Lu Yifei, Tang Yan, and Lu Shishi. I don't know how many young people have dreamed of her. But others are just thinking about it. This brat really dares to do it. He has now obtained 3 of the 4 beauties of Immortal Swords. The old heavenly master Zhang Jiwei was in a good mood at this time. He scoffed and joked to Mr. Kong Yun's Hung. So to say. Do you know that this little girl can transform? Mr. Kong Yun's Hung glared at Zhang Jiwei angrily. This old heavenly master's character was out of touch, and he even did not do his job properly. He knew that off. The Tianqi mansion in Longhu Mountain often holds a variety of things such as local love story contests, internet meme contests, game contests, film and television drama appreciation contests, etc. But as for this old guy, he already knew about the little girl's transformation. He wouldn't believe it even to death. He just noticed that this old master almost broke his legs in order to run away with Mr. Sukan, and he wished he could install a Hot Wheel for himself. If he had known it earlier, would he have been so nervous? Ahem. I really couldn't believe it at the time. After all, the transformations in movies and TV series are a bit too outrageous. As a practitioner, I feel this is outrageous. Who would have thought that this guy actually did it? I don't know how he transformed Master Lu. This transformation is even more exaggerated and powerful than the ones in movies and TV shows. Didn't you see that the whole sky was dry? Old Heavenly Master said something sarcastic. Just talking. His expression suddenly changed slightly. Including Kong Yun's Hung and others, looking at the broken sky, their eyes widened, and their faces were full of horror. And horrified. Because there is a unique breath of chaos. It is flowing from the broken sky into this world. The Suanman. It seems to be opening. Asking for custom order, Full order, follow-up reading, monthly flower ticket evaluation and rewards, etc., all data. Evening. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 126. Heavenly Master, is this the energy of chaos? Looking at the breath flowing out of the sky that was broken open by Master Lu in red in mid-air, Mr. Kong Yun Sheng Kong, with a very ugly look on his face, asked the old Tianchi Zhangji Wei on the side. It seems to be true. The colorful stream of light contains endless laws and charms, and is the ancestral spirit of all things. It is exactly the same as described in some classics. Zhangji Wei, the old heavenly master, couldn't help but be surprised and shocked as he spoke. Before the Suanmen is opened, there will be visions of heaven and earth, and various energy bodies will descend. This is a sign that the Suanmen is opening. The last time the small mysterious gate was opened, the aura between our world and the earth seemed to be several times stronger. It was because of my average talent that I didn't make a breakthrough until that time. If I could break through as early as you do, maybe I wouldn't have to end up in a situation where I'm missing an arm or a leg. Last time, the yin spirit's body escaped, causing rumors of ghosts and gods to run rampant in the world, and the yin spirit world in Fengdu was in turmoil. Mr. Su Kansu, he will survive the disaster. He didn't have much emotional fluctuations and said casually. No. Not the same. Mr. Kong shook his head and smiled bitterly, looking at the sky in a daze. According to classic records, the last Dachuanman opened. What floats out between the 8 and 97 of heaven and earth is the spirit of the fairy. According to legend, there is energy that can only be found in the fairy world. It was because of that time that almost all practitioners in the world disappeared without a trace. Not even a trace left. At the beginning, some people said, because of the spirit of those immortal spirits, they collectively ascended, shattered the void, and became immortals. But slowly, this statement becomes untenable. Because even if they ascend collectively, they can't take everything with them. It is even more impossible to let the people behind you completely cut off the road to immortality. Combined with the previous rumors about the opening of Dachuanman, people have found that every time the Dachuanman is opened, the energy that spreads out becomes stronger. This shows that the Dachuanman is more dangerous this time. The last fairy spirit. In the world of cultivation, we have been blocked from the path to immortality, and even almost disappeared from the world. What appeared this time was the legendary energy of chaos that could only be possessed by the creation of the world. Doesn't it mean that, the opening of the great mysterious sect this time is more dangerous than the last one in the pre-Qin era? These words of Mr. Kong Yun's Hung made many practitioners in China couldn't help but change their expressions after hearing it. It's terrifying to think about it carefully. The problem Mr. Kong said is still very serious. After the last great Suanman incident, the decline of the spiritual world is so serious. How miserable are these practitioners? These people understand it very well. Is it worse this time than last time? If it is not done well, the consequences will be disastrous. No wonder that guy named Zhou Yi has not shown up yet. He definitely knows something. So I'm planning secretly to prepare for the opening of the great mysterious section. In addition, he also said before, our China is a cursed place behind Dachuanman. The unknown secrets here are probably very unfriendly to us. Zhang Jiwei, the old heavenly master of the Longhu Mountain Heavenly Master's Mansion, also pondered. The entire Chinese cultivators feel even heavier. However, the ones who feel even heavier now are, those who survived from Sakurajima Kingdom and Bangsa Kingdom. Practitioners. Just now, Master Lu in red shot through the sky with one arrow. After solving Platini Kumar's 10,000 miles of Buddha kingdom, he was finally freed from control and could operate his true energy again. The country of Bangzi and practitioners of Sakurajima kingdom. They chose to run away at the first time. Just kidding, if you don't run now, how much longer will you wait? This China can't stay any longer. The forces from all directions gathered. It was supposed to be a must-win situation. But what about in the end? With the appearance of one figure after another, the situation kept reversing, and reversing again. At the end, the leader of the four forces wiped out even Platini from the Asin kingdom. Kumar is an innately strong man in the delusion realm. In the end, he was not spared. He was killed by an arrow and his soul was scattered. How can he fight like this? The most important thing is, behind all of this, there is a person, the man's name. Zhou Yi. He hasn't even shown his face until now. Just letting his woman and daughter come forward has already made him so powerful. If he appears, how powerful will China's combat power be? It's against the sky. It can't be defeated. It can't be defeated at all. The two groups from Asin Kingdom and Burnbei are all dead. Only the practitioners from Bangza Kingdom and Sakurajima Kingdom are left, apart from running away. They couldn't think of anything else. The only thing that made them confused was, as they ran, they suddenly realized something was wrong. Yukong had been flying for a long time. Why were they still spinning in place? Ah! What happened? Why can't we fly out? Idiot! What's happening here? How come we are always in the same place? Is it the red goddess of war? It's not right. She didn't even look at us. The innate practitioners of Sakurajima Kingdom and Bangza Kingdom. When he shouted, he was crying. The female war goddess in red who shot through the sky with one arrow had frightened them out of their wits. All he wanted to do was run away and stay away. Why can't I run away now? But how would they know? In the eyes of Chinese practitioners, even in the live broadcast room, and in the eyes of viewers around the world. At this moment, they are not running away at all. Instead, it is running Genkai crazily, spinning in circles, round, and round. I'm almost exhausted. He even howled like a ghost and asked why he and others couldn't escape. And just then, a calm, ethereal, crisp and smart voice sounded in everyone's ears. Didn't my husband say that before? Anyone who offends China will be punished no matter how far away he is. Now that you are here, don't even think about going back. And with the appearance of this voice, the practitioners of Sakurajima Kingdom and Bangza Kingdom finally stopped circling. Then, a purple energy rose above everyone's head. If you look carefully, it's like you will find that their eyes are in a blurry state at this moment. It is as if they are being controlled by something and affecting their minds. Zairi, a Japanese devil from Sakurajima? I hate you the most when I step on a horse. Go to hell. A Xiantian cultivator from the Bangza Kingdom was the first to lose control. While shouting angrily, he took out his weapon and charged towards a Sakurajima cultivator. Little stick. Everything is yours, the universe is yours. I, the Sakurajima Empire, have already destroyed you once. I will kill you again today. Another cultivator from Sakurajima Kingdom also looked at the cultivator from Bangza Kingdom on the other side, and while cursing, he activated his true energy and launched an attack. 0. This scene. Let the people at the scene and the online viewers in the live broadcast room. They were all dumbfounded. What the hell? Aren't these two parties running away? Why did you start fighting yourself? But, this farce is not just that. Park S-chan? Your name is definitely not a good person. He must be a spy sent by Sakurajima Kingdom. Go to hell. Nakamura Jiro, are you having an affair with my wife while riding a horse? I'll fight you. Wait, I don't seem to have a wife. No matter, I will fight with you. Sakurajima Japs? Whoever steps on the horse is a Sakurajima devil. In fact, we should all be descendants of Chinese people. You actually don't recognize your ancestors and return to your clan, go to hell for me. Who said Zongzi festival belongs to Bangsa country before? I am riding a horse as a stick, and I am ashamed of you, go to hell. That's right. It's not just the practitioners from Sakurajima Kingdom and Bangsa Kingdom who started fucking each other. They also found all kinds of inexplicable excuses to do it passionately and happily. You cut me, and I stab you. One sword. You pierced my heart, and I cut off your head. Suddenly, all kinds of martial arts and combat skills, as if they were free, bloomed in the sky. Blood rain and blood mist filled the sky, and even broken limbs and remains were constantly falling from the crowd. The most outrageous thing was, in the end, 2 little devils from Sakurajima Kingdom were left. They stabbed each other in the abdomen at the same time, and they committed seppuku. That's it. It seemed that someone had accurately calculated it. The cultivators of Sakurajima Kingdom and Sakura Kingdom were completely dead. People were stunned. Fighting. It is normal to have losses. Here in China, there are also casualties, but they are very minor. But it is really rare to see such scenes of cannibalism. Not to mention the few traders in northern Myanmar. The monks of Asan Kingdom were killed by their leader himself, and they all turned into the nourishment of the golden lotus. Sakurajima Kingdom and Bangsa Kingdom were even more outrageous. The battle was obviously over. In 5.5, they found weird excuses and a group of people died together. This is really normal. Is it? Absolutely not normal. Until a tall, graceful figure appeared in the sky, wearing a lavender 9-layer diva skirt. Many viewers in the live broadcast room suddenly realized. They finally knew why the little girl from Sakurajima Kingdom, the Japs, and the little Bangsa from the Bangsa Kingdom. They were confused just now, killing each other until they both died together. That stinky man named Zhou Yi actually had one last move. He actually did what he once said. In a word, those who offend China will be punished no matter how far away they are. At least this time, all the forces from all directions who came, have been killed on the spot, and no one survived. Those who can leave the yin spirit behind have been taken away by Zhou Xi. More, is the ending of being completely wiped out. Completely eliminated from this world, without even the chance of reincarnation. Is this a kind of cruelty? No. This is more like an attitude. That the man named Zhou Yi arranged everything from the beginning. Including the live broadcast, I am afraid it was all in his calculations. The purpose is to let practitioners all over the world see the Chinese cultivation world and see his Zhou Yi attitude towards invading enemies. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 127. Ah! My sweet goddess, as expected, she still couldn't escape the disaster. The 4 beauties of immortal swords were finally collected by that damn big pig's hoof. Eating sweets, drinking honey, reciting poems, cultivating immortals, riding a horse is the dream of many men. If you can complete any of them, you will die happily. This guy named Zhou Yi has them all. Eat Tanjian. Drink Damimai. Yin Lu Shishi. Still riding a horse to cultivate immortality with Lu Yifei. Are you eating serious candies, drinking serious honey, chanting serious poems, and cultivating serious immortality? Why do I feel like something is wrong? Goddess Tanyan is so beautiful. Should I say it or not, these 4 beauties of the fairy sword are really plum blossoms, orchids, bamboos, and chrysanthemums, each with its own style and charm. I am so envious and jealous that I want to go crazy. The concerns of the practitioners on the scene are different. Ordinary viewers in the live broadcast room do not know much about the big and small mysteries, nor do they know the difference between the spirit of immortality and the energy of chaos. What they are more concerned about is, the lavender figure who just appeared and used illusions to cause Sakurajima Kingdom and Bangsa Kingdom to fight each other. Tang Yan plays the role of Zixuan, a descendant of Nuwa in Sword of Sword 3. This is also a stunning one. She is a goddess who knows how many people, and it is obvious that she was also perfectly recreated by her husband, the man named Zhou Yi. She was wearing a lavender 9-layer queen dress, holding a hand a Holy Spirit Tian Huang staff, with a Menghua heavenly snake crown on her head, vividly showing her most classic and beautiful image of a descendant of Nuwa. Sister Tang Tang. Your Dream 3000 illusion snake goo is indeed a powerful weapon for mass killing. None of them ran away, and we easily dealt with these little Ziba and the little devils without us even using our hands. Bai Lu 08 saw Tang Yan and greeted him. The others also greeted each other and came to Yang Mi, Dili Reba, and others. Snored. You little fairies. He actually practiced secretly behind Reba and Mi's back. Let me tell you the truth. Did you give that man some pillow talk? Or maybe it gave him some benefit. It won't be all of you, together. Yang Mi deliberately kept a cold face and teased Zhao Liang, Bai Lu, and others. Mimi, stop talking nonsense. I'm almost dying of shame now. Actually, you two also have treasure boxes. It should be in Xiao Shiai's hands. Although Lu Shishi has transformed into the form of Blue Nightshade, the revelation just now left her still frightened and her face turned red. When she heard what Yang Mi was going to say about tigers and wolves again, she quickly stopped her and said, "Ah! We both also have treasure boxes. Here baby." When Yang Mi heard that there was a treasure box, she no longer cared about playing with Lu Yifei and the others. She quickly looked at Zhou Shiai for confirmation. The same was true for Dili Reba, her eyes looking at Zhou Shiai were full of expectations. She just looked at Lu Shishi and Zhao Liang. These sisters have reproduced their classic film and television images. They are flying around in the sky and fighting each other. Yang Mi and Dili Reba have long been envious. They don't know how to make their own families stink. Man, how many times have I scolded you over and over again? Now I hear that I, actually have the treasure box left by that man. Of course they care about it. Mom. Dad did leave a treasure box for you and Aunt Reba. However, he left a message saying that he could not take it out too early. Otherwise, it might alert the snake. We can only wait for Aunt Bailu and the others to appear on this show. Just let the baby be handed over to you. Zhou Shiai blinked her big watery eyes and explained with an innocent look. Yang Mi and Dili Reba looked at each other. They were all filled with speechlessness. So our treasure box has always been on Xiao 11's body? In other words, I could have been the same as Zhao Liang, Lu Yifei, and the others. But then I thought about it again. They also guessed why Zhou Yi arranged it like this. If the treasure box was exposed prematurely, things would happen. The development of the country may be different from now. After all, that treasure box is obviously very magical and very powerful. If it had been exposed yesterday, the people of Sakurajima Kingdom and Asan Kingdom Bangsa Kingdom would still be here today, invading China? If not, it wouldn't be a big problem. What if they couldn't sit still that night? At that time, Lu Yifei and Bai Lu had not yet advanced to the innate realm. Well, the entire Chinese cultivation world will definitely not be able to stop the joint invasion of the four forces. Even, it is not just the four forces that may invade. After thinking about this, Yang Mi and Delire Ba, the trace of resentment in my heart finally subsided. Although it was a bit unfair, that stinky man still did it justice. And he put the overall situation first. He was able to plan things for so long before leaving. It's still very powerful. Including the audience in the live broadcast room, they couldn't help but be filled with emotion when they heard that all this was the plan of that big pig's trotters. This guy. Although he has robbed so many of our goddesses, very shameless and extremely hateful. But I have to admit that the entire Chinese cultivation world was saved by his strategizing. It was even because of his big pig's hooves that he ruined so many goddesses. He also made the entire Chinese cultivation world, the combat power of the world, has been greatly improved. Otherwise, it is just relying on the original practitioners. It will definitely not be able to hold on. Not to mention the joint invasion of the four forces. It is just a sangwo. I'm afraid it will be enough to completely destroy the Chinese cultivation world. While Yang Mi, Lu Yifei, and others were talking, many practitioners from China, led by Kong Yunsheng, Mr. Kong, came in front of everyone. Prevent the building from falling. Help the building from falling. Several girls. I was so ashamed to wait just now. Almost no action was taken, it was all thanks to a few girls to hold up the sky. And in your family, Mr. Zhou Yi and Zhou's great talents and strategies make us old men and old women admire us very much. Just watching, the great mysterious gate is about to open this time. Mr. Zhou Yi Zhou has not shown up yet. I'll be brave enough to ask. Mr. Zhou, where did he go and when will he return? Does he have any other plans for this Dixuanman? Kong Yun's Hung, the old man, raised his hands and saluted. Logically speaking, with his age and qualifications, he should not salute to young people like Lu Yifei and Master Lu. However, he still saluted. Not just him. All the Chinese practitioners behind him, the heads of the major sects and clans, all saluted in unison. This gift was not based on strength or age. It was simply because Zhao Liang, Lu Shishi, and the daughters of Tang Yan, just what you have done deserves this gift. As Mr. Kong Yun's Hung said, if it were not for people like them to come forward, today's Chinese spiritual practice world would probably be over. These people, to be precise, they are members of the Zhu Yi family, just propped up the entire Chinese spiritual practice world. Everyone salutes, it is natural. Besides, if we really follow the rules of the spiritual practice world, those who are experienced come first, and strength is supreme. Don't look at these girls because they are young. The combat power far exceeds that of old men like them. Mr. Kong, Master Zhang. Don't be like this, we sisters can't bear this gift. Everything is just arranged by our husband. Lu Yifei said as she waved her hand. With her true energy fluttering, she lifted up all the people who were saluting. Yes. It was all arranged by our husband-in-law. We are just a group of obedient little wives. Bai Lu also echoed with a smile. Where did our husband-in-law go? We really don't know. He just said, he had to go to that place, even though there were thousands of people there. But now the Suanman is about to open. He should be back soon. The one who spoke this time was Zhao Liang. While speaking, the albizia bell on her body rang several times without warning. It was obvious, she missed that stinky man. This made many Zhao Liang in the live broadcast room. The fans are a little collapsed again. No, it's not just Zhao Liang's fans, it's also the fans of these goddesses. They are all collapsed at this time. Although they have known for a long time that the damn big pig's hooves have conquered their own goddesses. But when they heard that their own goddess spoke of her husband and her husband, even when she called him a stinky man, her tone was so sweet. Their hearts, really hurt, very painful. 430. The relationship between their own goddess and the big pig's hooves dog food is really hard to eat. Mr. Kong. There is another piece of information that I must tell you in advance. My husband once left his own deduction conclusion. This time the mysterious gate is opened. Maybe very unusual. Tang Yan seemed to have thought of something and said. You mean? The chaotic energy in the sky overflows. Mr. Zhou Yi Zhou had long predicted that the opening of the Dixuan sect this time would be more dangerous than the one in the pre-Qin era. Mr. Kong Yun's Hung asked with an urgent look. Behind him, Master Zhang Jiwei and the others also pricked up their ears. After all, it was about the opening of the Suanmen, and it was a big deal. They didn't dare to neglect it. Tang Yanzhen shook slightly. No. It may be more complicated than you think. According to my husband's deduction, whether the previous great mysterious gate is opened or the small mysterious gate is opened. In fact, it may be just a projection of Suanmen. It's just that the strength of the projection will cause the barriers in all walks of life to loosen to varying degrees, resulting in the distinction between large and small Taoism. But this time, what is turned on may not be the projection, but the true body of Suanmen. Just now, Sister Shishi broke the sky with an arrow and revealed the energy of chaos. This further proves that our husband's deduction for the opening of Suanmen is very likely to be true. Because the energy of chaos only existed when the heaven and earth first opened. It is also because of the energy of chaos that there are yin and yang and the 5 elements in this world. Without any exaggeration, the energy of chaos represents the foundation of a world. Now, in our world, the energy of chaos is overflowing. I'm afraid it represents. There is another world approaching, even infiltrating. This may be the truth behind the opening of Suanmen. As for what we will face when the time comes, my husband seems to have deduced something, but he can't be sure, or he can't believe it. He leaves this time. It is because of this time that the true form of Suanmen is opened. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 128. What? This is too appalling. The previous big and small Suanmen were just illusory projections. And what is opened this time may be the true form of Suanmen. If this is true, doesn't it mean that we may face unprecedented catastrophe? If the great Suanmen last time was just an illusory projection, it would have cut off the path to immortality in the world of cultivation. Wouldn't this true form of Suanmen directly destroy our world of cultivation? Or even, all of humanity? Why is the end of the world coming? Aren't you old bones scared? The last time I heard about the end of the world was the Mayan prophecy in 2012. Wait, 2012? It seems that it was in that year that we sensed that the mysterious gate was about to open again. That's right. There was an uproar in the secular world at that time, but only we knew that the so-called Mayan prophecy might just predict the opening of the great mysterious gate, etc. Damn it, the end of the world predicted by Maya is not referring to the arrival of Suanmen's true form. You mean, the end of the world in the ancient Mayan prophecies is not a point in time, but a span of time. The time span from when we sensed that the Suanmen was about to open, to when the Suanmen actually arrived this time. Because Tang Yan relayed the information about the opening of Suanmen conveyed by the Book of Changes. Mr. Kong Yun's Hung, Zhang Laotian master and other practitioners started a heated discussion. At the beginning, everyone was just shocked that Suanmen was really open. This is just a possibility. Just discussing. They found the problem, it seems to be really serious. It is actually connected to the ancient Mayan prophecies. You know, the period when the Mayans were active was in China, the Shang and Zhou dynasties. That is, the ancient era before the Qin dynasty. They happened to be online at the last time the Great Suanmen opened. They were also in the same world segment as the immortal cultivators before the pre-Qin dynasty, that is after the last great mysterious gate ended, it disappeared out of thin air. In this way, Mayan prophecies and Zhou Yi, the deductions about the opening of these mysterious gates are combined. It has to be thought-provoking. What are they talking about? I know that the Suanmen has been opened, but why does another Suanmen real body appear? It seems to be saying that opening the Suanmen this time is not easy. Those colorful brilliants in the sky are actually the energy of chaos. Chaos energy. Then can ordinary people like us also practice cultivation? Without the exercises, your practice is useless. I can understand it before, but why is it still related to the end of the world and the Mayan prophecy? Hasn't it been proven long ago that the so-called end of the world in 2012 is nonsense? I just heard that meaning. It seems to be predicted by Maya. It may not be just 2012. But starting from 201, they will be able to feel the aura that the Suanman is about to open. Until the end of what they call Suanman. That is to say, we are still in the stage of the end of the world as predicted by the Mayan? Nonsense, so nonsense. I feel outrageous too. The end of the world? It is impossible for an asteroid to hit the Earth now. Even if an asteroid does hit the Earth, with the strength of these goddesses, maybe it can be solved. Damn it, when you said that, I suddenly thought of, weren't there many times when asteroids were about to hit the Earth, but in the end they suddenly turned and changed their course? Could it be that these practitioners took action? I also remembered, in 2013, an asteroid was about to hit the Earth, and the impact point was the country of the furry bear. It scared a lot of people. The last asteroid exploded inexplicably in mid-air. It triggered various discussions among many scientists, but in the end they didn't say the reason. Now that these practitioners have appeared, it can finally be explained. In the live broadcast room, there are already 200 million people online at this time. The discussions of many practitioners have also triggered heated discussions among online viewers from all over the world in the live broadcast room. Of course, there are several. The people of each country are not within the scope of discussion. Sakurajima country, Bangsa country, and Asin country, are all in a state of collapse at this moment. Not long ago, I discovered that there are practitioners in my country, and the strength is still very strong. Who would have thought, not long ago? Among the practitioners in our country, the strongest group of innate practitioners, were wiped out by the regiment. If China continues to pursue, my own country is just a piece of fish on the chopping board, ready to be slaughtered by others. Because of this, Sakurajima country was the first to respond. It urgently stopped the nuclear sewage discharge plan. It also made some actions for its previous inappropriate behavior. A profound review and apology. Bangsa country also immediately began to cancel many intangible cultural heritage projects that had been applied for indiscriminately. For example, traditional Chinese medicine. For example, the Dragon Boat Festival. Some authorities even began to quote scriptures and trace their origins. Talking about all this, it's all a misunderstanding. The original Bangsa kingdom was actually a vassal state of China. In other words, it was a disguised admission that Bangsa kingdom was China's nephew or even grandson. Asin kingdom was even more straightforward. Directly released the news, saying that this time the practitioners invaded the Chinese world. Purely because of the pagan Platini Kumar, who confused the public and caused chaos to the entire Kuri section. I am also very grateful to the Chinese goddess Lu Yifei, Bai Lu, Zhao Liang, and others, helped them in the Asin kingdom, punished the traitors and eliminated the evil, and killed the traitors and heretics. As for northern Myanmar, they announced immediately that they were willing to cooperate with the Chinese side to deal with those Chinese traitors hiding in northern Myanmar. Great purge. At all costs, give China an explanation and give northern Myanmar a clean slate. The live broadcast of Parent-Child Travel Diary is still going on. It's just that the lineup for this live broadcast is a bit stronger than ever, at this moment. In a hotel of the highest standard near the Badaling Great Wall Scenic Area. Yang Mi, Diliriba, Bai Lu, Zhao Liang, Lu Yifei, Lu Shishi, and Tang Yan are several national goddesses. With two children, Zhou Xi and Zhou Xiu, they were talking and laughing, having a very pleasant and harmonious meal. Don't say anything else. The status of these goddesses alone is unprecedented. At least for now. There has never been a variety show that can bring so many goddesses together. Not to mention, these goddesses at this time are not just celebrities. He also has extraordinary strength. It is no exaggeration to say. This is the most powerful force in the entire Chinese cultivation world, bar none. This makes the audience in the live broadcast room. If you want. It is both amazing and amazing. At the same time, there is also some envy, jealousy, and hatred. It's amazing because, these goddesses are all top-notch beauties. And they are getting younger and more beautiful, even far beyond their peak period, and they still have film and television drama images. I'm amazed because, I originally thought that everyone is an ordinary person, but they are just different in appearance and figure. Who would have thought that these goddesses would suddenly transform into practitioners? And he is an extremely powerful practitioner. As for the reasons for envy, jealousy, and hatred, there are many more. It's all because of that big pig's hoof called Zhou Yi. So many goddesses are all from his family. You say it's irritating or not, and the incredible beauty of these goddesses is also due to the nourishment of that big pig's hooves. The most outrageous thing is, judging from the happiness that the goddesses inadvertently revealed before, this guy is simply not very good at playing. Recreate any cosplay or scene. What a will war. Why can one person take over the whole place? We all know that you are very powerful. But you don't need to be so ridiculously strong. How can we ordinary men survive this meal? The many goddesses had a great time eating. Normally you can't see anything, several of them don't even have anything to do with each other. Only now did people discover that they were so harmonious and happy in private. Although there are signs of jealousy in his words. But as soon as the mention of that damn big pig's hoof was mentioned, everyone immediately turned into aggrieved little wives. This made their fans even more angry. That damn big pig's hoof. Are the family rules so strict? What method did he use to turn so many goddesses into well-behaved little wives? After the meal, Bai Lu, Zhao Liang, Lu Shishi, Tang Yan and others were about to leave. They have little interest in parent-child travel programs. Actually, it's not just them. Yang Mi and Dilruba are not in the mood to continue live broadcasting now. Everything that is on my mind is to go home quickly. Then let Zhou Xi take out the treasure box left by that stinky man. You can also become a powerful innate practitioner. To this, Chief Director Wang Zhenjiao didn't dare to say anything. By the end of the day, he was frightened. Although I didn't wet my pants one after another like yesterday, but the fear in my heart was more serious than yesterday. Yesterday, the most I could see was a ghost, not necessarily death. But today, the practitioners were flying around, blasting a hole in the world at every turn. Let him and a crew. I don't know how many times I have been on the verge of death. How can I still be in the mood to do a live variety show now? Even if it was an order from the Light Point General Administration, he couldn't control it. Moreover, now Yang Mi and Diliriba are leaving. If the Guangdian General Administration has the ability, just take care of them. But, just when everyone decided to leave, Zhou Xi was on the side, weakly raising her hand. Mom, dear aunts. I'm afraid, you can't leave yet. Zhou Xi said with a determined look. Are Yang Mi, Diliriba, and others confused? All the problems here have been solved. Why can't we leave? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 129. Baby, why can't we leave? That's right, Xiao Xi, all the invading enemies have been dealt with. Little baby, does your stinky father have any other plans? Hearing Zhou Xi say, everyone can't leave yet. Yang Mi, Zhao Liang, and others were a little surprised and confused, and they all surrounded Zhou Xi and asked. Zhou Xi nodded her head. Yes. Yesterday, when my father and I were communicating in my dream, Dad said that no matter who it was today, he came to the edge of the Great Wall. Just stay here first. The live broadcast that should be broadcast, the cultivation that should be practiced. Anyway, I can't go back. Waiting for his latest news. Zhou Xi was like a little official spokesperson, conveying her father's orders. When the girls heard this, they instantly lost their temper. Even when they were eating, they were still complaining about that smelly man. But they really didn't dare to disobey that stinky man's order. If you stay, just stay. Anyway, they are just preparing to practice when they go back. It's the same everywhere. It's time to see what that stinky man is going to do. What a moth. This made many people in the live broadcast room heartbroken. Our goddess, in front of that damn big pig hoof, is really well behaved and talkative. What will he do to us? What kind of ecstasy soup did these goddesses drink? Not far away, Mr. Kong Yunzheng and other practitioners were preparing to leave. After hearing Zhou Xi's words, none of them dared to leave. That man was very thoughtful and planned. A lot he did this, there must be some deep meaning in it. Could it be related to the opening of Suanmin's true body this time? The next time 063 was a bit lively. Yang Mi, Deliriba, and others will not leave. Wang Zhenjiao and a group of staff naturally can't leave either. Parent-child travel diary live broadcast room is not closed. It has also opened up many new derivative live broadcast channels. The first one to jump out was Bailu. She saw the barrage and comments in the live broadcast room, and kept crying and shouting that she wanted to become a disciple, to practice, and to start a sect and so on. After thinking about it for a while, I found it was quite fun. Anyway, now everyone knows about the practitioners. Coupled with the arrival of the energy of chaos. Let the aura of heaven and earth in this world become more intense. Simply, she really followed the advice of netizens. Prepare to have a unique sect opening ceremony on the internet in the name of Zhuyi. It is said that he founded a sect. In fact, it is just to teach you how to get in touch with cultivation and how to condense your true energy on the internet. But you don't care about this. One by one, they all consider themselves members of the Zhuyi clan. In addition, I have been listening to them talking about Suanmin and Suanmin recently. He gave the sect the name Suanmin without permission. Some people even listed out the list of Suanmin. Suanmin sect leader, Zhuyi. Deputy masters of Suanmin, Yang Mi, Deliriba, Lu Shishi, Tang Yan, Lu Yifei, Zhao Liang, Bai Lu. Suanmin saints, Zhou Xi, Zhou Xi. Suanmin outer disciple, in the entire China, all those who follow Bailu's live broadcast room and practice are counted. That's why. Bailu also worked part-time as an elder of the Suanmin outer sect. Forget about the nonsense that netizens on the internet are doing. Unexpected by everyone. All major sects in China also participated. The first one is from the Tianqi mansion in Longhu Mountain. Zhang Wei is the old Tianqi. He has an out-of-touch nature, like an old naughty boy, and he also opened a live broadcast room. Originally, I was thinking of continuing their long hush and glory of King's Chicken Fighting Landlord League. But I saw that the audience in the live broadcast room were all discussing Suanmin and cultivation. I found out after asking. It turned out that it was because of Bailu's teaching that people spontaneously formed the organization Suanmin. He was originally in low spirits. Hearing this, I instantly became interested. Glory of Kings, Chicken Fight Landlord League, etc., just put them aside. He was the first to issue a statement in the live broadcast room. Said that he was willing to take the entire Longhu Mountain Tianqi Mansion and merge it into Suanmin. Suanmin and Longhushan Tianqi Mansion branch were established. With Zhang Jiwei taking the lead, the situation was even more out of control. Mr. Kong Yun's Hung also announced that these old bones would join Suanmen together. Position is not important, let's wait until Zhou Yi, the master of the sect, shows up. If you can become an outer sect elder, an outer sect deacon, etc. Of course it would be very good. Then came the Kunlun sect, the Mission Qing sect, the Tianshan sword sect, the Huashan sect, the Yimei sect, the Qingcheng sect, the Kongtong sect, the Hongshan sect, etc. One after another, they all began to announce that they would lead their own clans and merge into the Suanmen organization. At the end, all the sect families in the entire China, without exception, have all become Suanmen branches. They were not stingy and began to take out their own cultivation techniques and teach them to everyone. Anyway, this time the Suanmen opened, it was extremely dangerous. It's not certain whether he can survive or not. Take this opportunity. Leave a little fire for your family sect. It's quite a good idea. In Suanmen deputy sect leaders by Lu, Zhao Liang, Lu Shishi, Tang Yan and others. There are also Suanmen under the earnest guidance of the heads of each major sect clan and branch. People throughout China have entered the cultivation mode. People in foreign countries also want to follow in the practice. Unfortunately, they can't learn even if they want to. Because the live broadcast room for practitioners teaching requires strong real name authentication. And the IP address will be locked. Only IPs from China can enter, and there is one quota per ID card. As long as you log in, it will be recorded by the relevant departments. I believe you are a Taoist disciple. And Suanmen disciples, naturally have to abide by the rules of Suanmen. The law must not be passed on to others, it is the most basic. Anyone who dares to break the rules is betraying Suanmen. There is only one way to die in the end of the world, so I ask you if you are afraid. Except for practicing. There are also people who have opened a live broadcast room to explain the secrets and history of the spiritual world. The people of China finally understood many things about the world of cultivation, I see, more deeply. The more you understand, the more shocked they are. It turns out that Big Pig's hooves called Tianxia. No, it turns out that the leader of his family, Zhou Yi, is so powerful and terrifying. When you don't understand. Everyone thought that the things the master of his own family has done are just a little more powerful than ordinary practitioners. Just found out now? This guy works step by step, planning miraculous reversals one after another. It was simply the legendary immortal method. That's why. Regarding Zhou Yi's true identity and true combat power, everyone also has a lot of speculations. Innate. Impossible. His goddess wives are all in the innate state. And relying on the treasure box he left behind, the transformation was completed overnight. It is absolutely impossible for him to be at such a low level. Above the innate world, breaking the realm of delusion? It's still impossible. Lu Shishi and others' skills, weapons, treasures, etc. It far exceeds the standard that this level can achieve. Based on the knowledge of cultivation theory that everyone recently learned from Bailu Zhao Liang and others. The realm of cultivation is divided into 5 major realms: Hushan, Tian, breaking illusion, concentrating the mind, and void. The state of concentration above delusion? I'm afraid I still can't stop it. It can't be, it's the void realm. According to the explanation given to them by Bailu, Zhao Liang, Lu Shishi, and others. Void realm. In the world of cultivation, it is the strongest state below the immortals. Even before the last Suanmen was opened, someone could break the void and ask about the pre-Qin era of immortality. The strong men in the void realm are also very rare. Could it be that that man, actually cultivated into the legendary void realm in this Dharma-ending era where the road to becoming an immortal was cut off? Of course, for this statement, many people have doubts in their minds. On the one hand, it's because this void realm is only one step away from the immortals, and it's a bit too far away. Lao Tianqi and others are just in the innate state. That little curry from a Sun kingdom has almost ruined himself, and he has only reached the realm of breaking the delusion. Void realm. Wouldn't it be possible to conquer the world just by moving your hands? If he really has this ability, why not show up and directly destroy the masters from other countries? On the other hand, it's because, during the previous fight, Bai Lu and others said something very important. After the Dachuanmen was opened last time, China is cursed. It's not bad in the land of China. All those who share the same blood, including the Chinese people and practitioners. At most, you can cultivate to the innate state. Even if you absorb more spiritual energy from heaven and earth, it can only make your realm more solid. It is impossible to break through the innate realm and break through the realm of delusion. Regarding the curse, everyone went to Bai Lu and Zhao Liying's live broadcast room and got confirmation. Indeed so. It is because of this curse that the realm of people like them can only be promoted to the innate realm. Otherwise, that man would have already raised them to the delirium realm, even the concentration realm, or even the void realm. Don't talk about a joint attack by the four forces at that time. Even if all the cultivators in the world unite to invade China, what will happen? People like them can easily solve problems with just one move. Unfortunately, they can't. Because the blood of China flows in their bodies. This is a cursed bloodline. Since everyone is cursed, how could that man be spared? Is it possible that he is not a descendant of the Xia people? And if he too is cursed, doesn't it mean that his own realm is just the innate realm? This combines the front and back. What a paradox! People were completely confused. In the end, I couldn't figure out the reason. In this case, let's not think about it for now. The people of the entire China have only one thing on their minds right now: practice, practice, practice again. Even if he is cursed, so what? If we were all like dragons, we would all cultivate to the innate state. It is also strengthening my power in China. But they forgot. Cultivation in China is in full swing. Many foreign forces will not sit still and wait for death. After China liberalized cultivation, foreign cultivators also liberalized their cultivation methods through various channels. The whole world has entered a new era of collective cultivation. At the same time, a huge conspiracy against China. It has also arrived quietly. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 130. Have you sensed the presence of true Qi? Little trash, haha, I've already gotten a glimpse of it. The feeling of practicing is really comfortable. What, there is a little girl in Dongshan province who can sense true energy instantly. The speed of cultivation is extremely incredible. Taken away by the Yimei sect. What's the Yimei sect? That's our Taoist Emishan branch. Everyone is a member of the Xian section. At best, they can be considered inner disciples. I recommend everyone who has not yet felt the true energy to go to the live broadcast room of Goddess Sugar. She can remotely hypnotize you, allowing you to instantly master the method of sensing true energy. If you want to learn swordsmanship, go to Fairy Sisters live broadcast room. Lu Yifei and Zhou Shihua, mother and daughter, were actually live broadcasting at the same venue. That picture is simply not too beautiful. It is both eye-catching and you can learn the most profound sword law books. The live broadcast between Damamai and Xiaoshi was also very exciting. The treasure box left behind by Zhou Yi, that goddamn pig's hooves, actually helped Damamai recreate the image of the supreme immortal Bai Qian. Wu, this is the most beautiful woman in the world, a true goddess descended to earth. What a damn big pig's hooves. That's the master of the sect, okay, but God Bai Qian is really top of it. The key is that he can also transform into a fox, Ah, the master of the door is really a big pervert, and he is also very good at playing. Is there only one chip fox? Have you forgotten the Fengju recreated by Dilruba? The only nine-tailed red fox in the world. Wait, I suddenly thought that in 3 lives 3 worlds and 10 miles of peach blossom. Xiao Fengju, played by Dilruba, must be the niece of Bai Jian, the god played by Damimai. That's right. That's it, the sisters were forced to look like aunt and niece by our sect master. I can't bear it anymore. I really can't bear it anymore. Are you trying to envy, and hate me to death? The dreamy linkage between Lord Baijian and Xiao Fengju is something I would never dare to do in my wildest dreams. That damn big pig's trotters can enjoy such blessings. Since the last war, 3 days have passed. In these 3 days, the entire China, and even the entire world, has entered a new era of national cultivation. There are constantly people who realize the existence of true energy and become practitioners. Of course, the ones who have advanced the most are naturally Yang Mi and Dili Riba. They are the same as Bailu, Zhao Liang, and others. In fact, for a long time in the past, the physique and bones have been quietly transformed by Zhou Yi, and a lot of essence has been stored in the body. This is something more magical than the aura of heaven and earth. After opening the treasure box left by Zhou Yi, those essences are quickly absorbed by Yang Mi and Dili Riba, thus turning into a stream of majestic true energy. Let them go directly from the acquired realm to break through 9 small realms and reach the innate realm. And it is the 9th level of heaven in the innate realm, Dzogchen. In addition, in the treasure box left by Zhou Yi, there are naturally protective suits and offensive magic weapons tailor-made for Yang Mi and Dili Riba. Yang Mi is wearing plain clothes and a hollow gauze skirt. But after the true energy is poured into it, it will turn into a silver-white shirt, which is among the peach blossoms of 3 lives, 3 worlds, and 10 miles. The outfit that Lord Baijian wore when he participated in the battle between demons. He is so heroic and majestic. The weapons are naturally extremely powerful, the Jade Kunlun fan. Dilruba's clothes are her most stunning outfit in 3 lives, 3 worlds, 10 miles of peach blossoms, a white cloak wedding dress. It's a pity that he only appeared in the show for a few seconds, which made many fans regret it. Unexpectedly, it was created by Zhou Yi. Everyone couldn't help but sigh. This guy really has good taste and is really good at playing. After the true energy is infused, the white cloak wedding dress will turn into a bright red wedding dress, making the image of Dili Riba, the 9-tailed red fox, not too 3-dimensional. As for Dilruba's weapons, it is a jade flute and a harp. Jade flute, anyone who has watched movies and TV series knows that it is Fengju's weapon. As for that piano, it has a rather big background. It turned out to be Fuzikin. In 3 lives, 3 worlds, and 10 miles of peach blossom, this is second only to the ancient artifact Dong Huang Bell. Unexpectedly, it was also reproduced by Zhou Yi. As for the power, it is unknown. Until now, Dili Riba has never used it to fight, only occasionally during live broadcasts. I can't stand the fans' enthusiastic comments, so I just put it out for everyone to see. In the sky, the big hole that Lu Shishi shot with an arrow had long since disappeared. But the traces of chaotic energy are still overflowing. This also makes the richness of the spiritual energy of heaven and earth in China more than several times greater than before. After all, that was the energy of chaos when the world first opened. Perhaps it is for this reason, that it is easier for the people of China to make achievements in cultivation. At least it is much easier to practice in China than abroad. Especially the country of rice on the backside of the earth. Because the distance is too far, I can't get any dividends. Still in the thinnest state of spiritual energy. Even if they all let go, ordinary people practice. But there are very, very few people who can really feel the true energy and enter the house. For this reason, many people still want to come to China to practice. It's a pity, long before the practitioners were exposed. Flights between various countries have been forcibly cancelled. Therefore, there are still doubts. Master Lu transformed into Master Lu in red and shot an arrow through the sky. Could it be that he was also part of Zhou Yi's plan? Let the whole of China, before the Suanmen was officially opened, suffered a wave of chaos. The only pity is, even if the spiritual energy is strong, the practitioners on the Chinese side are still unable to break through to the realm of breaking the delusion above the innate. Not even using the best spiritual stones. After these people stayed and announced that they would bring their own sects and merge into the Suanmen organization. Bai Lu and others gave each of the innate practitioners a few top-quality spiritual stones. Let them recover from their injuries and improve their level. Among these people, there are actually many Dzogchen experts in the innate realm. For example, Zhang Jiwei, the old celestial master of the Celestial Master's mansion in Longhu Mountain. For example, Mr. Kong Yun Sheng Kong, he's a Tao of the Kunlun sect, etc. They have all practiced for hundreds of years and have already reached the great perfection in the innate realm. There is only one step away from breaking through the realm of delusion. Originally, they thought that they could not break through because of the thin spiritual energy of heaven and earth in the age of Dharma ending. After getting the top quality spiritual stone, I was quite looking forward to it. Unfortunately, the result was not as expected. Let them absorb the entire top quality spiritual stone. Still unable to break through to the innate. The curse mentioned by Zhou Yi has also been completely confirmed. This makes many practitioners start to worry again, if the Suanmen really comes. The energy of chaos overflowed, the whole world returned to a state of extremely abundant spiritual energy. Are the foreign cultivators going to make breakthroughs one after another? However, practitioners throughout China have to stop moving forward. By then, overseas He practitioners are all in the realm of breaking the delusion, the realm of concentration, or even the realm of emptiness. Chinese practitioners can only survive in the innate realm. So what if all the people practice cultivation? So what can the innate realm of more than 1 billion people do, in the face of a huge gap in strength? Quantity won't solve the problem. You can kill a large area just by moving your fingers. Moreover, China is still the target of public criticism. I don't know how many people are coveting Zhou Yi's women and daughters, as well as the various treasures and top-quality spiritual stones in their hands. By the time, if all the forces come together for a grand alliance, even though China is a huge country, with a population of more than 1 billion. In terms of quantity, I'm afraid I won't have an advantage. Think of this possibility. Mr. Kong Yun's Hung, Master Zhang, and others, were so anxious that they couldn't sleep. I just hope that guy Zhou Yi can come back soon. Didn't he plan something because of the opening of the Suanmen this time? Maybe when he comes back, the problem will be solved. Unfortunately, Zhou Yi didn't wait. The thing they were most worried about happened first. First, it was the outer Mongolian drum country. Because it was the closest to the Chinese side, the aura gradually became stronger. In one day, 3 old people who were in the innate realm broke through to the realm of Poluan, which is above the innate realm. Then there are Maoxiang, Chaosian, northern Myanmar, Taiguo, and other neighboring countries. News of cultivators also beginning to break through to the innate realm. In addition to this, there is even more bad news. Led by the rice country, there are practitioners from many countries. After learning about the Chinese side, due to the leakage of chaotic energy, the spiritual energy of heaven and earth is becoming increasingly dense. He quietly came to countries such as Asan country, Bangsa country, and Sakurajima country. Prepare to practice in other countries and break through. These 3 countries currently don't even have an innate strong person. Naturally, I dare not refuse. So, more and more practitioners gathered around, surrounding China in the middle. What's unfortunate is, China is clearly the place with the strongest aura. But because of the cursed land, no cultivator can break through it, life or death. On the contrary, there are more and more cultivators who come around to take advantage of the spiritual energy. There are more and more practitioners making breakthroughs. Huaxia is tightly surrounded in the middle. This has made the people of China panic, although it has not happened until now. Those people haven't dared to invade China yet. But as their strength grows stronger, can they really endure it? Obviously. They couldn't help it, and they were the first to hold it back. It is also a country that surprises everyone. Dry.